Today we meet Damon T. Hewitt, who is a powerful civil rights lawyer and leader. He is an African-American attorney who uses the law to fight for people whose voices are often ignored. He serves as president and executive director of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, which is a national group of lawyers who work together to stop unfair treatment and protect voting rights. He also spent many years as a lawyer at the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, where he defended equal rights in court. Damon grew up in the city of New Orleans in the state of Louisiana. As a young boy, he saw how some neighborhoods had great schools and parks while others were left out and forgotten. He noticed that many black families faced big walls made of unfair rules. These early lessons made him ask hard questions about justice and power. He saw that the world did not always treat people fairly just because of where they lived or what they looked like. Instead of giving up, he decided that he wanted to be part of the solution. He worked hard in school so that one day he could help tear down those walls. Damon studied political science in college so he could understand how government laws and elections shape daily life. He later went to law school, where he learned how to read laws, argue cases, and speak for people in court. In law school, he met teachers, classmates, and mentors who also cared about civil rights. They showed him that the law can be a shield that protects people and also a tool that can change unfair systems. He began to dream of a future where every child could have a safe school, a strong voice, and a real chance to reach their goals. That dream guided his choices as he started his career. After law school, Damon joined the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. There he worked on cases about public schools and student discipline. He helped challenge harsh rules that pushed students out of classrooms and into trouble instead of giving them support and second chances. This problem is often called the school-to-prison pipeline because it feels like a track that moves children from school hallways to jail cells. Damon and his team used research stories and lawsuits to show that these rules hurt black students and other students of color the most. They pushed for better rules like counseling, fair discipline, and extra help so that young people could stay in school and build bright futures. When Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, many homes, schools, and jobs were destroyed. Damon helped lead the Legal Defense Fund's response for his hometown. He and his colleagues opened a special office in New Orleans to listen to residents and understand what they needed. They fought unfair housing plans that shut out black homeowners from rebuilding help. In one important case, they helped win hundreds of millions of dollars in extra aid so that more families could repair their homes and return. Through this work, Damon showed that civil rights law is not only about words on paper. It is about making it possible for people to come home, rebuild, and belong. Later, Damon took on new roles outside the courtroom. He became the first leader of a group of foundations called the Executives Alliance for Boys and Men of Color. In that job, he helped support programs that keep young people safe, help them finish school, and build strong communities. He also worked at the Open Society Foundations, where he helped plan responses after police killed unarmed black people in places like Ferguson, Missouri, and Baltimore, Maryland. He brought local leaders, families, and national groups together so that their voices would be louder and more powerful. In recent years, Damon became president and executive director of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Now he leads teams of lawyers, organizers, and policy experts across the country. They answer calls from voters who are turned away at the polls, and they run hotlines that help people figure out where and how to vote. His team challenges unfair voting laws that close polling places, require special ID, or make it harder to vote by mail. They also fight against racial gerrymandering, which happens when politicians draw strange voting maps that slice up black neighborhoods so that their votes count for less. By bringing these cases to court, they protect the idea that every person should have one vote with real power. Damon knows that democracy is not only about casting a ballot. It is also about whether families have safe housing, good schools, and fair chances at work. Under his leadership, the Lawyers Committee works on cases about fair housing, student debt, consumer scams, and discrimination in jobs. They also pay attention to new problems like computer programs and artificial intelligence that can treat people unfairly when they apply for loans or benefits. He reminds everyone that economic justice is a civil right because money and opportunity shape who gets to live with dignity and freedom. By connecting voting rights to everyday needs, he helps people see that fairness at the ballot box and fairness in their wallets are linked. Damon T. Hewitt's life teaches several important lessons for young people. First, you can turn your questions and your anger about unfairness into action that helps others. Second, you can care about school, your community, and your country at the same time. Third, you do not need to be a famous judge or a senator to defend democracy. Every letter, every march, every vote, and every kind act matters. Damon chose the law as his tool for justice, but your tool might be art, science, teaching, or business. What matters most is that you use your talents to stand up for others and to protect the rights that belong to everyone. When you do that, you help continue the work that leaders like Damon T. Hewitt carry forward every day. If you like this video and would like to see more content like it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to educate and preserve history.